And a little update for my friends here in New York City watching out there. Couple of quick updates. De Blasio mentioned yesterday, and he mentioned it Friday, and then he followed up on it yesterday, that opening indoor dining in restaurants could be, it's like, it's only for the privileged anyway. And he's more focused right now on distributing wealth, building low-income housing in white neighborhoods. That's exactly what he said. And taxing the wealthy at a higher rate, redistributing wealth. That's what he's focused on right now. Okay, that's what Mayor Warren Wilhelm is. But he said he does not think that we will open for indoor dining in New York City until there is a vaccine. Okay, so that's number one. So then what? You got to have a vaccine card to go to the restaurant. Oh, yeah, you got my vaccine. Okay. Are they actually going to hold our food ransom? They've been attacking our food family from the beginning of this crap. Who thought, you know, on Valentine's Day, let's just go to Valentine's Day for those of you who had a Valentine, okay? Who thought on Valentine's Day that Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, Eskimo pie, Land O'Lakes butter, who thought our whole food family would be decimated right now? Nobody. Okay, so now they're in our kitchen cabinets, in our fridge, taking foods out because the names hurt their feelings. And now, de Blasio, or better known as his real name, Warren Wilhelm, who went on his honeymoon to Cuba. He said the Sandinistas were fine people. He spent time in Nicaragua. The guy, a total and complete socialist. And he doesn't lie about it. He says, I want a socialist society. It's crazy. But anyway, I spoke at the rally here in New York on behalf of, on the topic of getting the kids back to school and getting their socioeconomic interactions back in line with different types of kids from different races, different families, different neighborhoods. They need it, okay? And I went berserk, and de Blasio was saying, oh, well, the kids are going to go back to school. And then Cuomo was saying they're going to go back to school. And then Mike Mulgrew from the UFT was saying, no, we're going to go on strike. And I said, we're watching a shell game. These two say we're going back to school because they want to get federal funding. They need to say school's open to get federal funding. Then Mike Mulgrew plays the shill, and he says, well, we're not going to go back to school. And I said, straight up, these people are gangsters, and they say, well, you know what? If you really want the teachers to come back to school, we should talk, because we sponsored the whole Occupy Wall Street thing. You remember how much horror we caused there? Then a few weeks ago, we did the Occupy City Hall for a little while there. So if you don't do what we want, then we're going to go on strike. Now they're going on strike. So you got riots in other blue cities. Here, we got the teachers union threatening to go on strike. Okay, but today, Bill de Blasio, has, in keeping with the whole scam that's being run on us, okay, he said he's pushing back opening day of schools by a week and a half. Okay, so New York City school reopening, deal with teachers in person, pushed back by more than a week, 10 days. And I can tell you this, I don't know a lot about politics, like what really goes on. I know where all the money changes hands and all the side deals that are made. I know a lot of that, okay? But in the back, where they steal billions, like Mayor Wilhelm and his wife Shirlane stole $1.2 billion from New York City. I don't know how it works, but I can guarantee you this, my analytical mind, the mind that looks at markets and stocks and balance sheets and everything else, tells me as soon as we approach the day for all the kids to go back to school, either Cuomo's going to say he doesn't like the plan, or Mulgrew's going to say we're going on strike, and then it's going to get pushed back another 2 weeks. and they're going to nickel and dime, nickel and dime, nickel and dime until the election and think we don't notice. You got to notice. If you're not noticing already, it's happening right before your eyes. Anyway, I went on a little rant there. I wasn't supposed to go on that rant, but we have the Tucker Carlson thing, Nico. Give me that Tucker right here to get everybody a little more fired up going into hour 2 here. I love Tucker. I watch him every night, and I do my best not to copy him. Take a look at this.
Biden's 12 minutes today in Pennsylvania may have been the most thoroughly dishonest speech ever given by an American presidential candidate. Virtually every word of it was the opposite of the truth. It was literally beyond belief. But there was at least one honest line in that speech. We want to highlight it for you because that line reveals what all of this is really about. Here it is.
His failure to call on his own supporters to stop acting as an armed militia in this country shows how weak he is. Does anyone believe there'll be less violence in America if Donald Trump is reelected?
Oh, think there'll be less violence if he's reelected? Got it? It's a nice country you have here. It'd be a shame if something were to happen to it. That's not an observation, obviously. It's a threat. And it wasn't a mistake either. It's not a line he just blurted out. That line was in Biden's prepared remarks. His campaign tweeted it out later. They were proud of it. This is the official message of the Biden campaign. If you dare re-elect Donald Trump, prepare for more rioting. You think Biden voters are dangerous now? Wait till you see them in Trump's second term.
There you have it. I'll play it again in hour 2, but he said it straight up. You don't think the violence is going to end, do you, when Donald Trump's president again?